Welcome to the Food 52 Test Kitchen. My name is Josh Cohen. I'm the Test Kitchen Director here. We're answering questions from the Food 52 hotline. Different people have been writing in all different types of culinary questions, and we're going to do our best to give a good response. When would I use frozen spinach instead of fresh? Something like cream spinach or like a spinach gratin, or if you've been to a pizzeria and they make like a spinach roll with a lot of spinach rolled up inside like a calzone, or even cooking like Indian food like a saag paneer. When you want vast quantities of spinach, this is the way to go. For fresh, when you throw a handful of spinach into your pasta, into your soup, into like a stir fry, you want the fresh because I think it has a better texture and a better flavor, to be honest. This, I anticipate, is going to be watery, maybe less flavorful. We're gonna taste between the frozen sauteed and the fresh sauteed, and then we're gonna turn them both into cream spinach and see what's the difference in terms of texture and in terms of flavor. So this is just a test to show what looks like a vast quantity of spinach. When you really cook it down, it's gonna turn into almost nothing. And that is one point in favor of using frozen. So this is test number one. How far does 2 or 3 pounds of spinach really shrink? If the heat is high, a lot of the moisture of the fresh spinach is gonna evaporate immediately. If your heat is low or the pan is extremely overcrowded, you are gonna get some excess moisture from the fresh the same way you had from the frozen. I would not salt the spinach at this stage because you have no idea how small it's really gonna shrink down to. If you salt too early, you think, I have a pound of spinach, I have so much spinach, I'm gonna salt all over, and it shrinks down to nothing, but you salt it as if you had a vast quantity of food, it's gonna be too salty. So anytime you have something like a leafy green that's gonna shrink down, Swiss chard, kale, something like that, I wouldn't salt it until you're done cooking it. Another reason not to salt your vegetables too soon is salt draws the moisture out of vegetables, and you don't want soggy, wet vegetables. Something with a lot of water content, if you salt it early on and the salt draws the moisture out of your vegetable, you're gonna end up steaming it rather than searing it or sauteing it. If you wanted to add some flavor elements to your sauteed spinach early on, I would do olive oil, throw in your garlic or your onion or chili flakes or rosemary or whatever you want. You can see how much this is cooked down already. The frozen spinach has been cooked a lot. It's shrunk down as far as it's gonna go. With fresh spinach, you can cook it until it's just beginning to wilt and then take it off the heat. All right, so our fresh spinach has been cooking now for about 5-6 minutes, and I was expecting the fresh spinach to actually shrink a little bit more than it did. I'd say 1 pound of fresh spinach is like roughly equivalent to a 10-ounce box of frozen spinach. The other thing that occurred to me though is home cooks might not have like a large rondeau like this to cook their spinach in. If you don't have a large pot and you have to cook your fresh spinach in batches, that is potentially one more argument for using the frozen, because then you're not cooking in batches and trying to find the biggest pot that you have in your house. Next, we're gonna make a bechamel sauce. We're gonna make 2 versions of cream spinach, and we can have some people in the office taste and see if they have a preference between the fresh and the frozen. When it comes to cream spinach, I think there's 2 general philosophies. One is you could use heavy cream and reduce that down and you have a nice simple cream spinach. The other is by making a bechamel sauce. Bechamel, I think, is a little bit richer, and you have an opportunity to add some other flavor components to it. We're gonna go with the bechamel sauce today. I'm gonna drop in some butter. We make our roux by mixing flour and butter in almost like a paste. And then when we add the milk, the roux is gonna thicken the milk, transforming it into bechamel sauce. You wanna cook the butter and flour for a few minutes. You don't want the flour to be raw. I'm gonna add some of this minced garlic, some of this diced onion. So our roux's been cooking now for a few minutes. The flour is no longer raw. We're gonna add the milk a little bit at a time. So as this cooks, the milk is gonna reduce a little bit, and the roux that we just made is gonna thicken the sauce, and that's what we're gonna use to make the cream spinach here. Okay, here we are, sauteed fresh spinach, sauteed frozen spinach. We're gonna add our bechamel sauce. We're gonna make 2 identical cream spinaches. Welcome to the test kitchen.
Thank you.
We've been experimenting, but I'm not going to give you the full story yet. I want you to taste first, and then just tell me your natural reaction. There's no wrong answers, and I'll reveal what this is all about. There's 2 cream spinaches, and that's all I'll say to begin with.
Okay, you ready, Bobby?
Yes, this is what we do
You
every
do?
day.
You're gonna do that one, I'll do this one first. Okay. Get a really big, not too big.
I'm going to taste too.
Mark.
So you
Shall we tell you-
you started with opposite bites so far.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Oh, was that wrong?
There's no wrong answers here.
All right, so we
Alright,
switch
let's
now and
switch.
then we, okay.
This one has a whole different texture.
Interesting. This one's really cheesy to me. Maybe it should be this one, that's more cheesy though. Josh's look on his face.
I'm going to taste this too.
Wait, let me take. Can I taste this one?
Yeah,
again?
yeah,
There you go. Okay.
Huh. Texturally, how would you describe this one compared with that one?
Very creamy.
Too gooey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
like it
gooey.
has not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gooey is what we hear here. What about this one?
This one's nice. It's,
Yeah, this one is nice.
You taste the cheese.
It's a little crunchier to me.
Crunchier, okay.
There's more texture.
There's
It's
more
something else
texture.
in this.
And it's like smooth, yet there's a little bit more bite. Like,
Now I gotta taste
How do
this
you-
one again.
Both are very good, by the way. I could probably eat this one.
I think of this one as being like softer, and that one as having more texture, like you said.
Softer is a better word than gooey, for sure.
Now
I'm
flavor.
gonna stick with gooey.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna tell you guys, there's no cheese in either one of these.
Really?
That's crazy to me, actually.
Just before you get too far down that rabbit hole.
I think this one's more savory to me personally, but you know, my taste buds might be all sweet.
Oh yeah. It's
I
taste
just
to
go
taste.
for this one.
Yeah.
So, this is frozen spinach,
Of course,
and
it is.
this is fresh spinach.
Wow.
The sauce is identical. Frozen spinach is testing higher than anyone thought. I tasted it side by side even before we added the cream sauce, just like straight up sauteed frozen versus fresh, and the frozen tasted good to me.
I think it tastes better.
Yeah, some people prefer it. And then,
Some people.
Us.
I mean, my conclusion was if you're having a small quantity of spinach, use the fresh, and if you need a big quantity, use the frozen, then maybe you should switch to frozen 100%.
Or if you need time, just do frozen. 'cause
Right.
It's just
That
as
this
good.
did take a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right. Wow.
All right,
Love it.
great
Thank you,
experiment.
Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, this is a great test. Personally, like I said at the beginning, I like to use the fresh if it's a small quantity and you taste the natural flavor of the spinach. This does taste like spinach, but the texture is different. This takes a little longer to cook. It takes up more space in your fridge. It's gonna be big and wilt down. This is more convenient, and that's it.